your microphone. My name is Leilani Evans. I am the Construction Software Sales Associate at Plum. We recently just rebranded, formerly known as TAG, and I'm happy to be with you guys to talk to you a little bit about construction payroll. This is part 2 in a 2-part series. So last week we covered the HR processes and some of the ways that our partner, Arcoro, handles the technology of their solution out in on the job site, assisting you with finding. I know for a lot of contractors, the labor shortage is definitely something that was an issue, but just now getting back into everything, ramping up with after or in the middle of a pandemic, but onboarding new employees out on the job site, having to manage all of that paperwork. That's something that Arcoro can eliminate for you, allow you to have all of those things be done electronically so that folks aren't coming in and out of your main office. So that was part 1. We're going to go ahead and move into today's session, which is focused on the construction accounting and payroll solutions within Sage 100 Contractor and Sage 300 Construction and Real Estate. These are 2 of the main widely known accounting systems, previously known as Master Builder and also still known as Timberline. Sage has been around for a long time offering these solutions. So we have a number of different types of folks that have registered for our webinar today. We have some folks that have been using Sage for a long time and some that I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with yet. So I'm going to try and make this general and helpful for everyone, no matter what type of user you are, if you're completely brand new or if you've been using the system for a long time. So I'll go ahead and move into the first point, which is our payroll entry and processing. And like I mentioned, this is going to be a broad range presentation based on both 100 Contractor and 300 Construction and Real Estate. Both solutions have the payroll module available within the system. It's integrated through the rest of the accounting solution. So it's, again, integrated with job costs, GL. There's no multiple entry when it comes to reflecting your labor costs on your job cost reports. So I've shared some screenshots here of Sage 300 CRE's solution and how you can manage these complex rate tables, fringes, benefits. All of that is definitely something that you can set up. If we have consultants as well, controller level accountants that can assist with setup of these tables, so that this automatically can be calculating for you. So the system will automatically switch to union locales based on the job location. So things like that, you can definitely set up within the system so that your users they have to do less. Essentially, the system's going to be working for you based on the setup and the criteria that you tell the system to track. So again, very complex capability to cost payroll time, benefits, fringes. You can cost these to the job, cost codes, locals, classes, certified payroll, you name it. Again, 100 Contractor and 300 Construction and Real Estate are 2 very robust payroll systems. So one thing that gets brought up sometimes, because we do have companies that do decide to integrate with a payroll service. Now, the benefit of utilizing Sage's payroll solution in conjunction and making it work with a payroll service, something like ADP or Paychex, that handles all of that liability, making those tax deposits and processing that for you. It's another thing that you don't have to worry about. However, the thing that they don't do as well is costing that to the job, to your cost codes. And so oftentimes they'll process the payroll, and you'll be doing a journal entry to get that back into your accounting system. We'd like to streamline it so that you're capturing all of those costs within the accounting system. So in our world, that's a big no-no. We'd prefer for you to have all of that data in your accounting system first and foremost, and then either have it integrated like ADP. ADP has an actual integrator plugin that will allow you to have that information go back and forth. So whether it's making those paychecks available in their portal, their self-service portal for the employees, that's something that will automatically be handled through their plugin that they have coming out. Otherwise, handling all of the time and the costing in the accounting system and setting up that payroll report to go to your payroll service. So again, 100, 300, both very robust. You can take that in-house, but we do have a lot of customers that still choose to use a payroll service. And either way, our team can kind of help you through that to make sure that you're working smarter and not harder, essentially. So employee tracking, with construction, this is very complex. There's a lot of detail, a lot of things to keep track of, even licenses, training, all of that information. And you want to have those dates and all of that tracked. Compliance is big. So having a system that can handle all of that information and also take it off the hands of your users. So any kind of setup that you can do to make sure the system's working for you, such as making sure that, OSHA has the correct alerts for your payroll administrator so that, or your HR person, so that they're alerted when training or license is is close to being expired. Those are the kind of things that you don't want your users to have to manage on their own. So that's where both 100 contractor and 300 CRE are more than capable of handling all of that, automating that process so that it's not something that your users or your team have to think about. A lot of detailed tracking that the system will handle as well. And in terms of, again, this is part 2 of our webinar series, talking to an HR, a more robust HR solution that's going to help you with that onboarding and tracking all of that information that comes about within your HR solution. That integration is key. So we always recommend, if you're going to be integrating with an HR solution, go for something that's going to be eliminating the need for you to create that employee record on your own. And that creates a chance for human error, something might be missed. And also, you want to have everything matching. Everything that you have in your payroll system, you want to be able to pull with the same information coming from HR. So all of that with our Coro, we've found to be the most comprehensive. So our Coro as your HR solution, handling all of that paperwork, creating that employee record automatically, that's key. So again, both 100 contractor and 300 construction and real estate will create that record for you. If you have your paychecks and your pay stubs available to your employees through their self-service portal, again, the integration or the communication of data goes back and forth. So you onboard, create the employee automatically within your Sage payroll system. All that information is being tracked and costed for all of your reporting purposes, but then you're sending that information back to our Coro self-service portal for those employees to have easy access to all that detail. So that's very important. Our Coro is not the only solution that integrates, but it is what we've found to be the most comprehensive. So if you have any questions about what else is available, our team's always happy to help. Payroll reporting. Again, this is very big and very robust in both 100 and 300. So you have many reports that are available to you within the system. And again, if you're not doing that journal entry from your payroll system and you're handling all of that, tracking all of that, this is the best scenario that we've found for our users. So you've got your workers' comp detail, you have union reports, certified payroll reports, all of your tax reporting is also available within the system. There is an integration with a company called Atrix that will even allow you to do the e-filing automatically. So it'll populate all of that information and allow you to really streamline that piece of it. So you can choose from all of these reports that are available out of the box within the system. You also have custom reports that you can create or filter some of the data that you're looking for. You can apply conditions, ranges to print exactly the information that you're looking for, or you can create a report if there's something specific for any reason that you need. We'll talk a little bit about some of the agency reporting, things like LCP tracker and all of that, which we also have available. But again, basically, whatever it is that you need, there usually is a way to get all of that information out. So I'm showing you some screenshots here of 100 Contractor and all of the various reports, some of those filters that you can see. So I know there are some attendees here that are new to Sage or aren't familiar. So we're happy to do a demo, show you how all of the reporting is, the rate tables, and how the setup of payroll happens as well. And again, when you're talking about integrating with other solutions, that's a huge part of it. So pulling in information from the field and tracking all of that data, making sure it's not happening, you know, on paper and pencil anymore, where a lot of human error can happen or records can be lost. Heck, coffee can be spilled on those timesheets. So any of those elements related to payroll, we're happy to help you with. So this screen is talking a little bit about that Atrix integration that we have partnered with Sage. So right within the system, these are screenshots of the Sage 300 CRE system. Right within the system, as long as you are utilizing the most up-to-date version of the system, which comes with your subscription or your lease or your maintenance and support plan. This is going to pull in all of the updated reports, state and federal, available. So it doesn't feel like you're going into another system and having to open up your reports and filing in another application. You go right within the solution and choose the reports that you're looking for in the forms, and it'll open that right up, pull in all of that data from your accounting system. Again, the more we limit any data entry on your user's part, the better. So you have a combination of various options here. Okay. So workflow and setup, I've kind of touched on this. This is the last point that I'll talk about, but this can be a very complex process for a lot of our users, and we never want our clients to feel like they're alone in setting this up, because this is a very important process. Setup and the preparation for implementing payroll. Again, we have some clients that use the accounting system, but they haven't implemented the payroll module. That is something that we can always help with, setting up all of those rate tables, all of those criteria that the system's going to track and alert your users on. And then, of course, training your users, making sure that they're empowered to be able to do this correctly. That is also something that our plum consultants can definitely help with. Timekeeping, I touched on that a little bit. Timekeeping is huge. That's huge with compliance and having all of that detailed record. So what I'm showing you on this tablet is a timekeeping application. It also does some other things like project management and also service, if you have a service element, if you have work orders or anything like that. But dispatching your employees and managing their time is one thing that's really important. So having those signatures on every timesheet, having those employees note that they have not had any injuries, that they did not, that they had all of their breaks during this time period. That's super important, and those are things that the timekeeping solution can handle for you. As soon as time is captured and approved from their supervisors, and you can have 3 various levels of supervisors approving time for that employee, it will filter that information and send it on back into the accounting system so that all of your job cost reports are going to be reflecting, and you can then process your payroll within the system. So super important to get rid of all of that manual entry and the old school way of doing it on paper and pencil, so much easier on you, and then just much more reliable information. Integrated HR, if you missed our webinar from last week, we are definitely going to be holding another one in March, early March. So HR, again, is a huge part and definitely something that we found our Coro to do a really great job with. So again, onboarding those employees from the job site, making sure all of the paperwork is collected and everything is done electronically, rather than having to have those employees come into the office, is super key. So that, as well as having those records that and all of that information, then integrate and talk back to your accounting system and your payroll platform. So integrated timekeeping, integrated HR are things that we can definitely assist you with implementing. And then LCP tracker or other agency reporting. This is something that's available and I know is a huge headache for a lot of our clientele. We have those reports, those templates that are available for you. So that way it'll then send all of that into the exact format that you need to upload into those agencies. So if there is a specific report or Excel spreadsheet or something that you are filling out on your own and is causing you a lot of headache, feel free to reach out to us. We are happy to reach out to our network and see what we can do to help eliminate any of that manual entry. So that is all I have for you. I will kind of hang out, and if you guys have any questions, feel free to send that on in through the Q&A or chat box. You can also raise your hand, and I'll be happy to unmute your microphone if you have a question for me. But again, we tried to make this very broad, both 100 contractor and 300 construction real estate, again, household names in construction accounting, and they have very robust payroll, which a lot of our users still to this day are not even taking advantage of the full capability of it. So we want to make that a priority for you guys and make ourselves available to you. I appreciate you all for joining me today. This recording will also be available on our YouTube channel. Debbie, yes, the recording will be sent out today, so I will send that out along with the slide deck. And if there's any other information that could be helpful for you, I have some more literature on payroll and exactly everything that it does. So whether you're interested in 100 contractor or 300 CRE payroll module and implementing that, just let me know. I will, I'll email everyone out after this session, so you'll have all of my contact information. Okay. I think that is all the questions that I'm seeing here. So again, thank you guys so much. I'm happy to be with you for one of our first webinars of the year. And I look forward to seeing you guys at some of our other webinars. Have a wonderful day.